All right, this week, let's talk about how to hack being dead broke. How many of you have felt like, man, I just keep on working and I'm putting all these hours in, but I'm not getting any results? Like, I'm working 40, 50, 60 hours, and when I check my bank account, it's still the same. Like, nothing's really changing. I've felt like this many times, and even to this day, I feel like I'm putting out a lot of work, a lot of effort, but I'm not really seeing the needle move. So, how do we change this? What are some big ideas that can make this shift to push us into what is considered the rich life, right? People that are living and feeling wealthy. Well, I've got four big ideas surrounding that, and the first big idea might come like a shocker to you, but the reason that you're dead broke is that you're selfish. Yeah. Yeah, you actually believe in your heart that it's okay to be broke. Like, you like being broke. Matter of fact, you're so happy to be broke, you actually tell your friends how happy you are to be broke. You're like, hey, I don't want to be rich. Like, if I were rich, I would probably be stuck up. So I'm glad I'm not rich. And you say things like, I'm glad I'm not rich because if I were rich, I'd probably be drinking wine with my pinkies out and I wouldn't want my pinky to flare out. So you actually trap yourself in this mindset and you actually believe like it's actually more painful. You get more pleasure being poor. You think in your head like, yeah, it's actually better for me to be poor because if I were rich, it would give me a lot of pain. So you got to change your mindset. And the problem with that is when you're trapped in this painful mindset, you actually are acting selfish. Because what you don't realize is that if you were rich, you could do so much more with your money, right? You could give to the poor, you could build a hospital, you could build a school in your community. But you can't do any of that because you're so selfish. You're thinking about yourself. You're worried about what others might think of you if you were rich. So you got to leave that. You got to drop that away and stop being selfish. Stop thinking of yourself. Start thinking, what can I do with all this money? Not just like I'm going to buy a Lamborghini and I'm going to have, the suicide doors. No, like what could I do? How could I impact people's lives with the amount of money I have? That is not selfish. So lose the selfish mindset. The number two big idea is what I call the middle class myth. Right? We've all been sold this dream, I think, and it's a myth. We've all been sold this idea that, hey, if I just work really hard for 40 years, right? You get out of college, first of all, yeah, go to college, then meet the girl or guy of your dreams, get married, buy a house, get in massive debt with your student loans, your house, and then from there, work for 40 years, and when you're 65, then you can enjoy your money. Now, we've all been sold this and it sounds good. We all just do it naturally because that's what we've been told to do. Invest in your 401k, make a Roth IRA. Just put money in there, save, 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 and do nothing with it. Don't even look at it. Just save and you'll be rich. And for many of us, that might be true. Some of us might live a luxurious life doing that, in our minds anyways. But we're really, if you think about it, we're being limited to the possibility beyond the middle class. And we're just being told, hey, if you go to college, you get a good job, you work for 40 years, that's considered a good life. Well, what if we changed our mindset around that? What if we thought, well, what's beyond that? What if I don't do any things these people are talking about the middle class? Right? Like, what if I don't invest in a 401k? What if I don't invest in a Roth IRA? And instead I take my money and I invest it somewhere else? What could happen? What are the possibilities? I don't know. I can't say I haven't done all these things, but I've seen the possibilities of other people, right? They've invested in real estate and then they continue to invest and over again. Those are the people that you see being wealthy millionaires, billionaires, not the people that are just in this middle class mindset. And there's nothing wrong with being in the middle class, right? I'm in the middle class and many of you are in the middle class right now. And that's okay. And if you have a goal to get there. But what I'm saying is maybe we're limiting ourselves to being in the middle class, right? Like, what are the possibilities beyond that? Many of us don't even think that. And I think that is a huge responsibility and a huge reason why we're not getting to being in the millionaire status, which many of us want to achieve, but we don't even give ourselves the possibility. So give yourself the possibility, lose that idea of the middle class being where you want to go. Go beyond that and look at the people in the top. What are they doing? Why are they millionaires, billionaires? Why? How is this happening? What are they doing different? I'll tell you what, they're not living in this middle class mindset. Number 3 big idea is what I call big wins, right? There's so many of us that are just trapped into this kind of penny pinching mindset where we're like, oh no, I'm not gonna buy that latte, that's $4. And if I save $4 a day and I times that by, let's say 5 days, I work 5 days a week, that's $20, and 20 times 4 is 100. So if I do that for 12 months, then that's like $2,000. Well, okay, good for you. You saved $2,000. Here's what I say. Let's go for the big wins, right? And I got this idea from Ramit Sethi, Ramit Sethi, the author of I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. And what he says is, let's start thinking about big wins. Like, yeah, you could save $2,000, but what about if you created a business and made $10,000? Then you could go and buy all the lattes you want. Yeah, matter of fact, it might be even better for you if you buy a latte and have that latte at a meeting with a billionaire. That's a big win, right? And you don't need to give up your lattes. You just create more money. You create things. You make things. You have a business that generates reoccurring revenue that pays you to actually sit down and have lattes with people. So stop thinking about just saving money and I'm just gonna save all my quarters and eventually I'm gonna have $1 million. Like, people do that and it's possible, but you're not really living a fulfilled, rich life. And the fact of the matter is the people that are super wealthy are not doing that. So let's think about getting big wins. And then the last big idea is an idea I got from author James Altucher, in which he says, choose yourself, right? Stop thinking in terms of kind of this middle class idea where I'm just gonna work 40 hours a week and then that's it, that's my job, that's what I do for the next 40 years. Here's the problem with that idea. We're in this age of technology and change, and your job is being replaced as we speak. I mean, imagine your Uber driver, your Lyft driver, the taxi drivers. Well, Google just announced that we have cars that can drive themselves. So how is that going to change the industry? I mean, pretty soon we may not even need people to drive us. Pretty soon this might just disrupt the industry so much that you may not even need a car. You might just call someone up or get on your app and rent a Lamborghini to drive you to work. You know what do I want to take today? Maybe I want to take the Bentley. So industries are being disrupted daily and your job could be taken from you right away and you don't even know it. So you need to start choosing yourself, investing in yourself, and creating a business around yourself. Like, what could you do? What are 10 ideas that you could generate that you could create something new, something possible? What would that look like? So choose yourself and see if that will change your idea around wealth. And thank you for interrupting me another week in a row. All right, that's it for this week, and tune in to next week where I will teach you how to create your own studio live audience without a 4-year-old interrupting you. All right, that's it for this week. Thanks.